Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. So today I'm going to share with you how I reused some of my old ornaments and redid them for this Christmas theme ornaments, as well as how I did some of these DIY ornaments that I used in order to redecorate and make my Christmas tree into a boho woodland style Christmas tree this year, which is normally not something I would go for. I usually go with more of the traditional style, or even last year I did more of like the winter wonderland blue. So I was super excited to go for this neutral color, but I didn't want to break the bank as per se. So I try to do a lot of my own DIY ornaments and keep it budget friendly. So the first one I did do is I used some of this faux leather ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I cut it into 5 different length strips of ribbon. And then once I cut them all, I went ahead and grabbed the smallest ribbon first, and I hot glued it into a teardrop. Basically, you just fold it in half and add your glue right at the top. So I did this for each one of my ribbons, but after I did my second teardrop, I decided to go ahead and just attach them all together as I go instead of individually. That way it would look a lot more cleaner and you wouldn't see so much bulkiness right at the top where your ornament's attached. So just go ahead and grab your next ribbon and wrap it around your previous ribbon, and just continue doing that until you're completely done making your ornament. Now this ornament was so easy to make, as you can see here, and it does make a huge statement on your Christmas tree. It is a larger ribbon. I believe it was about 6 inches in length once I completely finished it with the longest ribbon. So once it's all completely dry, you can leave this as is and just add a ribbon on the top for your loop. But I decided to go ahead and give it a little bit more extra security, and I used some needle and thread. Now the needle and thread that I'm using here, I actually got from Dollar Tree, but it's where all the wig products and shampoo and stuff are at. I believe this is for your wigs as well. So this is the needle and thread that I'm using, which is a really secure and really sturdy needle. So if you guys are out there needing a needle and thread for different projects, I would highly recommend you guys grab this one, again, because it is really secure. As you can see, I'm pulling and jerking on this needle and it's not breaking at all. So it's really sturdy needle. And just go ahead and run it through the top of your ornament, and then just tie a loop right at the top part. And this is how I'm going to hang my ornament. Now, in order for it to be better and more secure, what I did was just add a little dot of glue right at the top where I made my knot, just to make sure it stays in place. Then I grabbed some of the same ribbon and wrapped it around the top part of my ornament, just to cover up all of that extra glue parts and everything where I attached all my ribbons together, just to keep it more unified and make it nice and neat. And there you have a really adorable teardrop ornament. Now for my next project, what I used was my Cricut, and I just printed out some wordings that are Christmas themed, and I'm going to attach them to some extra tiles that I had from last year. Now the tiles that I have, I did get them at Lowe's. I actually used them for Christmas presents last year for coasters for the table, and I just personalized them using my Cricut as well last year. So this year I decided to use the ones that I had, the extra ones, and make them into ornaments. So what I did again was I just used some simple font and printed out some Christmas wordings, and I'm attaching it right to the center of each one of my tiles in order to make my ornament. Now if you don't have a Cricut or any kind of machinery to print out any kind of wording, you can use stickers, or you can even use different ornament Christmas themed stickers as well. It doesn't have to be words per se to add onto each one of these tiles. So once you're done attaching any stickers or wording onto each one of your tiles, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and grab some poster board or paint or even some extra fabric like I am, and you're going to go ahead and just cut out a piece of fabric or whatever you're using to trace out your tile in order for you to make a backing for each one of your ornaments. Now, like I said, you can use even paint. What you're wanting to do is just make it more nice and put together and clean and have the same uniform look at the back of your tile to make it look better on your Christmas tree. So what I did was I added some ribbon right at the top in order to make a loop for me to hang it onto my tree. Then what I did was I used some felt that I had extra in my craft supply stash, and I just made the same pattern and glued it onto the back of each one of my ornaments in order to make my backing. Just make sure you let this completely dry before you do hang it onto your tree in order for it not to fall, since these ceramic tiles are a little bit heavier than any other kind of ornament that you may have on your tree. You want to make sure all this glue is nice and dry before you do add it and attach it to your tree. And then for our last ornament that I'm going to share with you how I did it was I reused all my different ornaments that I had from previous years, and I just ran them through a piece of ribbon and hung them onto some posts and spray painted them outdoors. I spray painted all of mine brown. Then I went ahead and went in with some of this texture spray paint and used it on only some of my ornaments to make them look more of that ceramic look. Then I just let all this completely dry and attached them into clusters and added them onto my tree along with my other ornaments. And as you can see here, I love the way they look with the greens and the whites. So here are all the ornaments on my tree. I hope you enjoyed these DIYs, and if you did, again, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Also, let me know what kind of Christmas tree are you making this year? What style are you going for in the comments below? I love to see everyone's ideas and what they're going for this year. So until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.